Earlier here on America's Forum, we had an exclusive interview with Pat Buchanan about the heavy criticism still hitting the Obama administration today over the American POW release in exchange for 5 top Taliban leaders. Buchanan, a former communications director during the Reagan administration, says he would have been in big trouble if he had not warned the president about the fallout from a move like this.
Well, I was communications director for Ronald Reagan, and I ought to be hanging from a tree in the Rose Garden if I gave the president this advice or didn't at least flag him to the possibility that something like this would explode in his face. This is the point here. This is not an accidental thing. This is something that was prepared and pre-planned and scheduled, and remarks were written for it. And the idea that the president could walk out there oblivious to what actually happened. What was it? His entire week abroad in Warsaw, in Paris, in Brussels, in Normandy was completely blanketed by this horrendous controversy over Sergeant Bergdahl and the Taliban prisoners.
Bottom line there, says Buchanan, the president's either getting bad advice or he's not listening to the right advice. Sergeant Bergdahl, meanwhile, continues to recover well physically, but military personnel say that he is struggling emotionally and he has not yet communicated with his family, despite having the opportunity to do so. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, a married couple yelling "Revolution" gunned down 2 Las Vegas police officers at a pizza restaurant. Then they ran across the parking lot to a Walmart and killed a shopper at the store's entrance there. The husband and wife rampage ended when the wife shot her husband and then shot herself. The 2 slain officers were both married and had children. The identity of the person killed at Walmart has not yet been confirmed. The motive for this shooting still at this hour remains unclear. In a daring and dangerous operation, 3 inmates breaking out of a prison in Quebec with the help of a helicopter, according to police.
What we know for now, and what we can release, is that the helicopter went in one of the court of the detention center. The 3 inmates went into the helicopter, fled in a green helicopter heading westbound from the prison.
Well, that manhunt continues. Police warn if anyone sees them not to approach them and to contact authorities immediately. The inmates were being held at the detention center and were waiting to stand trial. And he battled rain, heat, and fatigue, but this teenager was determined to carry his brother on his back to finish a 40-mile walk to raise awareness about cerebral palsy. The walk took 2 days. It was called the Cerebral Palsy Swagger. The goal here was to raise awareness about the disease and put a face to the muscular disorder. JD? More information about Edward Snowden right now. Russian spies had Snowden in their sights for 6 years before he exposed U.S. secrets, that according to the Sunday People. Moscow believed that Snowden was working for the CIA in Geneva, Switzerland, and was ripe for defection all the way back in 2007, and they opened a file on him, that according to a KGB director.
Meantime, Sergeant Bergdahl has been given the okay to call and talk to his family, but he said no. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. It's been 5 days since Bergdahl was released following nearly 5 years in Taliban captivity. According to a Pentagon spokesperson, Bergdahl's health improves daily. Officials say there's no set timeline for the 28-year-old to call his parents or to be transferred from a U.S. military hospital in Germany to an Army hospital in Texas.
And we continue to keep a close watch on the Department of Veterans Affairs right now. The VA offering plans to release the results of an internal audit of scheduling practices at Veteran Affairs hospitals nationwide. The acting secretary of the department, Sloan Gibson, says that information will demonstrate the extent of the problem of wait times and will be an important step on the road to restoring trust in the Veterans Affairs Health Network. An interim report from the VA's department, the inspector general in that department, determined that the Phoenix Clinic, where the first reports of hidden lists emerged, kept 1,700 patients on an unofficial wait list of vets experiencing treatment delays. More than dozens of vets died while on that list, but the inspector general has not determined whether the treatment delays contributed to those deaths specifically. Also today, the House Veteran Affairs Committee is set to hold hearings from watchdog agencies to get more information about the scandal.
And officials are working to improve conditions at a center in southern Arizona where hundreds of unaccompanied migrant children are living. Last month, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security started flying immigrants in the country illegally to Arizona from Texas. after immigrants, including more than 48,000 children traveling on their own, overwhelmed the Border Patrol. The immigrants are mostly from Central America. The Homeland Security official says the number of children at the warehouse was expected to double to around 1,400. The children being held are 17 or younger. They will be sent to facilities being set up in California, Texas, and Fort Oklahoma.